Cancel culture, a movement that I'm sure you're all too familiar with at this point, being as it's also a constant topic on this channel. However, if you're not, I just beg you, I plead with you just to download Twitter, and I bet my left you'll see someone quote unquote cancelled within 5 minutes on that app. And if your stay is long enough, you too will also be quote unquote cancelled. I mean, what's not to like? And whilst it seems to be the ever-growing talking point that's not going to go away anytime soon, but what if I told you, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cancel culture is just as real as the apparent myth of a morbidly obese man coming down your chimney to deliver your presents you've been asking for 365 days. Wait, cancel culture's not real? What do you mean? What? I present to you this man that you're staring at weirdly in the eyes, I bet some of you are, James Charles, because he represents or embodies the theory of cancel culture being an absolute myth that needs to have a reality check. You see, James Charles is a young fellow that's been involved in a type of controversy that I need not go into because it's been milked more than the Ace family children, and I think we all know what he got up to. We all know the backstory, and just thinking about it, you know, makes me want to delete Instagram and make sure no one DMs me again, but and I'd also rather stay monetized. The thing is about James Charles is I think he's a lot more intelligent than he's actually letting on, because he knew the very formula that would be able to get him out of the trouble that he's in. He used the tried and tested formula of a terrible apology video plus a little vacation equals everything is forgotten. You see this swimming around on your screen, humans are starting to make these look more intelligent, and that's actually quite disgusting. And being as, you know, James Charles's latest shenanigan is still pretty fresh, you know, I'm pretty sure if you sniff hard enough, yeah, I can still smell the excuses, which is why I'm going to counter the argument of, oh, everybody hates James Charles, everybody doesn't like him anymore. It's not true. Yes, okay, there still is a little bit of a bitter taste in everyone's mouth that is invested in YouTube drama, which I think also extends to the employees at YouTube, because his channel still hasn't been remonetized, but I'm sure they'll get to it, you know, when they have the time, because, you know, Shane Dawson managed to get his good old monetization back. Oh, yes he did. But I just want you just to strap yourselves in, buckle in for the next, I don't know, 40 seconds, because I'm going to take you into the finer details of James Charles's videos. Don't panic, please stay. Because yes, his views are still in a recovery stage, as everybody's saying. You know, he's not getting the same views as he once was before the whole controversy, but his engagement is on another level. Let's just start, you know, with the like-dislike ratio, because at one point during his controversy it wasn't the best, but now it's kind of looking like a controversy never happened. I mean, just look at those likes to dislikes right now. You can't tell me watching that you would think, oh, James Charles decided to message boys like, you know, don't even. And let's not even jump into the comment section, because this really, I'll be honest with you, makes me want to purposely slip in the shower, because the love that he's receiving in this comment section, it is honestly like James Charles released a makeup palette that cured irritable bowel syndrome, because, oh well, as you can clearly see, they absolutely love him. No controversy happened at all though, let's remember that. Now, I don't know if any of you have actually watched a James Charles video, you know, you've gone out of your way to watch one. I don't really know why you would. I would have to question your own weird intentions. But if you have, you'll know that collaborations were a big part of the James Charles channel, and ever since his little, because now it is apparently a little controversy, he hasn't collaborated with any YouTubers since, and that's for the obvious reasons. You know, everybody's trying to distance themselves away from James Charles at the minute, because all they care about is their, you know, image. But don't sit there getting used to it. Don't get all happy, because I'm telling you now, you know, I seem to be the wise person on YouTube at the minute. It's going to come back. Okay, it's gonna happen. And it looks like we may already be on this very long journey back to it. Because whilst it wasn't a collaboration of sorts, a beauty content creator that goes by the name of Manny MUA or something like that decided to publicly endorse James Charles's new clothing line with posts on Instagram and Twitter. Yes, hey sisters, you got, yes, yeah. You know, listening to me right now, this is gonna sell out quicker than you can press the like button. If you, however, have been a long-term subscriber of this channel, you will know I do not like the nature of cancel culture, you know, because it's a direct result of me not being able to swear and say the things I actually want to. But hold your horses right there, hold them, because I genuinely believe James Charles is in that small 1% of people that deserve some long-term consequences, you know, happening to them. Because not only does it show everybody and set the example that if you do what James Charles decided to do because for some reason he reached a sizable amount of fame thinking he can get away with anything, then there will be a direct result of your actions and you will be punished. And it also sets a good example from the social media giants, you know, because if they come out and actually implement some rules, it will, you know, hopefully bring down some of these cases so I won't have to sit here and talk about them, because honestly they're quite disturbing. But just like the 1% of the richest people in this world, all they have to do is have a lot of money and a lot of fame and they can get away with just about anything. And being quote unquote cancelled to them is just a vacation that they can spend time at home resting, put their feet up, you know, whatever James Charles does, I don't know, paint his nails and wait to come back clear. Example. And let me reiterate, I do not agree with 99% of cancel culture, but James Charles and other creators like him fall into that 1% where I think there needs to be some repercussions for them. Because when you sit here and you think about it realistically, you know, people like James Charles, they can say or do anything and there will always be a lifeline for them if they just use the excuse of, oh, I was just desperate for a relationship.
And I finally came to a conclusion. It sucks and it is ridiculously embarrassing to admit this, but I think I have to, and that is that I'm desperate.
Yes, and I'm desperate for you to go away, my friend. Oh. You see, cancel culture wants to be this big bad boss that no one can beat, no matter how many cheat codes you have. But when you can't even to stick to one agenda and one person and find someone else to target because, I don't know, you're bored, don't expect people like James Charles to stay underneath your thumb and then be so shocked when he gets into more trouble. Oh my gosh, James Charles did it again. We have to cancel him. Although I was just in his comment section 5 seconds ago telling him how much I love him, but I have to cancel him. Nah, don't bother, please. James Charles, for me, has used the inconsistencies of cancel culture to slowly, you know, come back and be the boy he once was. He's doing his thing under the radar. Be all nicey, and then in a few months' time, he'll be on the trending page again and back at the top. Because I'm sure he knows, and I very well know, they will get bored and find something else to complain about. So when James Charles gets into trouble again, because we all know 3 times a charm, don't bother trying to cancel him. I don't even want to see him trending on Twitter, because most of the people that are trying to cancel him don't even know what they're cancelling him for. They just jump on a trend because they want some sort of validation in their life, and these people were probably the same people, like I said, that were in his comment section about an hour ago telling him, oh, I love you so much, and declaring their souls to him. Cancel culture doesn't exist. It will never exist. It's just an idea in people's minds when they're bored to do something because, like I said, they need some sort of validation in their lives to feel some sort of purpose. It's just so backwards because, you know, they go out of their way to cancel somebody that really doesn't deserve to be cancelled in the first place, and they'll put more energy into that than somebody like James Charles. They care about more, and let's tell the truth here, they care more about people that tweeted some stupid things 5-10 years ago when the world was less sensitive than people like James Charles. I do not know why. For me personally, and I don't know if you agree with me, but people like James Charles should be the furthest away from having an influence on social media. Clearly, he doesn't know what he's doing. And when you get people like Hollywood Fix, you know, approaching him in the street saying, oh, James, how are you doing today? You're doing well? I mean, just take a look.
Sister James, how you doing? Are you wearing high heels?
I mean, I don't really know. Is James trying to join the circus with those heels or what? But when you get people like Hollywood Fix going out of their way to interview James Charles and not saying anything about his controversy, because I don't know why, it's like they're all scared to ask him about it, you give this sort of impression that, oh, what James Charles did is okay, you know, and there's no repercussions and it's all good. James Charles is great. Watch that interview and you wouldn't be able to tell, like his comment section and his like ratios, that any controversy ever happened at all. It's so weird to me. And what I've presented to you today is just one of the very few reasons why people do not like cancel culture. And it's one of the very few reasons why people like James Charles are still on your screens today. But that is the end of the video. What did you think about it? Do you think James Charles deserves to be, you know, gone, dusted, or what, dusted forever? Or do you think he deserves four chances? I don't know how many chances it is. Please let me know in the comment section below. And if you have enjoyed today, please make sure to leave a like rating. And if you're new, hit that big red subscribe button and turn on bell notifications so you never miss an unfiltered video. And my socials will be down below in the description if you want to keep up with me in my day-to-day life. You don't have to, but it's free. I'm going to end the video right there. So boys and girls, as always, please for me, make sure to always have a great day and stay safe. I'm out. Peace. See you next time.